How you guys doing? How's everybody doing out there? All right, Mr. Pablo. How are you doing today?
What up?
Man, it's been a pleasure. We had some time to talk before we went live, just to kind of hear a background on like everything you've achieved, your goals, man, like what you've overcome. It's pretty inspiring, man. It's pretty inspiring. So thank you for coming on today. We really appreciate it. It means a lot. Um, uh, what we're here today to do is one to go over some tools that you're currently using and how it's been blessing your business. Some tidbits for those that are interested in monetizing leads and creating systems. Right, what we call them marketing machines. How do we create those marketing machines that are doing the work for us so we can work on our business rather than focus in working in our business? So, man, thank you for that. So here we are. So I guess the first question is, and we don't have to be so formal, but the first question would be, um, what did you use before you decided to become a spectator?
So before spectate, man, I don't think there is much that I haven't used. I was in a previous office before with my old partner Quentin Flores and Garrett Sanchez, and I think everything that could be used that was put out there by Max Maxwell or anybody else in the game, the guys from All In, just anybody who's been in wholesaling, we've used every possible platform. Everything that anybody else has recommended, we've tried it out, from REI Pro to Smarter Contact, Mojo Dialer, Call Tools, just to name a few. We ran through all of those. And the whole thing about those, they were great in their functionality initially, but I just felt like, man, I have so many different systems and keeping track of things. And, I had to go into this system and pull everything out of there. And then I got to connect it with this system and put it in here. And then I got to put it in this CRM. Like it was more work than I wanted. I knew there had to be something out there that was going to be easier and where we could work smarter and not harder. And so when Spectate came across, it was like, oh, wow, this is everything in one.
But it's what you're saying is exactly what we were trying to produce as investors. Like you said, man, we use a lot of tools, a lot of them, and we have a lot of bills that go out with those tools. Not only that, but in today's climate, what's been our bread and butter has been door knocking. It has been bandit signs. It has been doing the cold calling and putting up the appointments to do those cold callings. And we know, like now, since social distancing is being practiced, especially, that's more important now, more so than ever, to step up your digital game and your online game. And so that's a tool that we want to bring to market. Was there like any hesitation? Did you have any reserves when choosing us?
Well, when looking at you guys, man, if I'm not gonna lie, I had never heard of you. Like I'd never heard anybody speak about Spectate. So that brought apprehension. Like nobody I knew in the game who I followed or who maybe I got been mentored under. Nobody had ever spoke about Spectate. So that gave me some initial hesitation, which kind of led for up to the last 3 months, because for the last 3 months I've been a spectator, right? For the last 3 months, I've been working with this system and really putting it through the fire, trying it out. And so now after 3 months, I was like, okay, this is fire. Everybody needs to know about this. They need to know that this is a one-stop shop. You can do your ringless voicemail. You can do your interactive voice recording. You can do your SMS and stay FCC compliant, which is hard to do with a lot of these other platforms. You can do your cold calling and be pushing through and don't have to worry about taking losses because you're dialing 500 numbers at one time, but yet you're only one person who can answer. So we tested out every aspect of your platform. Me and my partner did, and we're just so happy, And I'm not gonna lie, there's been a few times where I was like, you know what? I heard about this. Let me check this out. And I just looked through what they got, not even do the free trial. And I'm like, oh man, this is more garbage. I'm gonna be all over the place again. You know what I mean? So
right.
for me, seeing was believing. Like I had to give it a whirl and really dip out there and try it. But like right now, with everything that's going on, it's truly made things so easy. I mean, everybody's pretty much at home now. Nobody's really in the office. Everybody's working from home, and we haven't slowed down a bit. I just bagged a contract on Monday.
There we go. If you like that comment, go ahead and give me some fire. Give me some fire. Somebody needs some fire right there.
Hey, look, just bagged the contract on Monday. ARV 110,000. We got it for 55,000. Okay, man. And I mean it's a simple, needs a little bit of cosmetic. That's it. But it's a fire deal and it's a great buy.
How many bandit signs did you put out to get that deal?
0.
None.
So
bandits.
There's a statement.
I don't even like. Hey, look, as far as bandit signs, I'll tell you so. I've done a lot of bandit signs. There's a lot of videos of me doing bandit signs. The only reason I really did bandit signs because I don't have a problem being out there in the community, and it gives me a way to talk to people. I used to do door-to-door sales for DirecTV.
Okay. Yeah.
So I ain't got no problem talking to people. So I always use bandit signs as like my excuse to go out there and talk to people and knock on doors and interact in the community. But I started out, when I first started out wholesaling, my first deal came from a bandit sign. But I can count on my hands how many deals I have from bandit signs.
Yeah.
Most of my deals come from SMS, IVR, VM, or cold calling.
I'm glad we're going to talk about some of those features. But you're right. It's you said something. You said that what you did was it was really easy. You didn't have to have bandit signs. What we wanted to know is a term that I usually use. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue tied, but a term that we usually like to use is that our business is set up to where our system will push out marketing to all your leads. Right. And it converts all those cold leads and those warm leads into hot inbound leads. So is that, and that's a statement I make because I want to show that now instead of wasting time on conversions, on low income conversions, now you're talking to people that are pre-qualified for your content. Right. So has that been a game changer for you? It's especially in the morale category.
Oh yeah. Listen, like my team loves, when we do our SMS campaign, man, they love it when we're sending out, we do about, on average, I say close to 2,000 SMS messages in a day. Okay. And when we send that out, we're already, because the beautiful thing about Spectate, the automated system that pretty much replies to most everything for you, it saves them from because let's be real, a lot of us deal with a lot of anxiety in this business. Like, not everybody can handle it as well as some of the others, as far as the no's or the screw you or don't text me anymore. But the automated system that goes ahead and like, oh, no problem. Thank you. We'll remove you off the list. Like my people don't have to reply to and go through that. They're just going through the system. They're literally looking for the yeses. Yes, I want to offer. Sure. What's your offer? How much are you offering me? Yes. We're looking at those and then boom, we're pouncing on those and letting the automated system deal with the rest. And therefore spending less time funneling through the bullshit and getting right to the meat and potatoes. You know what I mean?
That's key right there. We like to call those things minimum wage activities. Right. So, so basically, for those that don't know what we as spectators call minimum wage activities, it's something that my mentor taught me. And basically it's just something that you're doing that it's doing the thing that pays you the most for your time and focusing on those activities. So like, would you pay someone an hour how much you worth, right? You put a figure on what you are, right? You're probably worth $200-$300 an hour, right? So the concept is, would you cut your grass for an hour?
A lot more than that.
So to put a price up, but and in that likeness, would you pay someone a lot more than $300 an hour to cut your grass? No. So what do? You hire a lawn care provider, because they master in that. That's what their master craft is. And you take that hour and you focus on your business. what's income producing, right? And cut out the minimum wage activities in your life. So, man, that's pretty. That is important to building. Man, like I said, I didn't want to bombard you with a bunch of questions, but we did speak about a couple of things. I don't know if they know about them, but Dejan is going to cover all this stuff right as soon as we get done with this brief introduction. But it was we talked about IVRs, ringless voicemails, automating your system, and how all those tools work. So, was there what really sold you? What features really sold you on our platform? And I know one of them we were talking about being able to answer the calls, answer multiple calls at a time, right?
So that was one of the things, right? One of the things that really jumped out at me. So when you're doing the SMS, right? Sometimes you have people that they want to know this ain't a scam. They want to know you're not a scammer. Get at them through text message, and they'll call you. And so I love how when they call us, it comes straight through. It comes straight through the computer. We can talk to them. The phone call is recorded. We need to go back and pull some notes out of there so that way when we go see the property, because like that's actually happened on Monday, right? Lady called. She got the text message. She got the IVR, and she responded in a text message. And so then we responded in a text message, and then she turned around and called. Right. So right there, I went through two different platforms, and I started with one. So and actually three different platforms. Correction, three platforms. So we started out with IVR. Right. She sent the text message, as a response. Like, oh, I can't take the call right now. Texting is better. So we texted her, and then she turned around and called in and came right through the system. And I'm talking to her, and I'm like, yeah, how's it going? She's like, oh my, I just wanted to make sure you weren't a scam, like one of these scammers, like you was actually not a robot or something, right? She, 80 something years old, super nice, man. And she was like, yeah, I'm actually selling my house over here. I'm like, man, awesome. Well, I'm interested in buying over there. And she's like, well, why don't you come out and take a look at the property? I said, great. What are you doing right now? She's like, well, I'm a little tied up right now. I'm actually in the middle of cleaning it. I said, oh, you ain't got to worry about that. I'm going to buy it as is. She said, well, it's just a thing for pride for me, because this house has been in my family a long time. It was my mother's house. I was like, okay, no problem. She's like, why don't you come out on Wednesday? I said, I'll see you Wednesday morning. How's 11 a.m.? She says, let's do 10:30 because I got an appointment. I said, no problem. Went out to the property, met with her, super nice, like I said, walked the property, did my video, did my footage, camera pictures, started negotiating with her, let her know about the times and what's going on with the market, being totally straightforward with her. Because, her number she initially wanted, she wanted 70,000. And I was like, oh no, 70 ain't going to happen. But I made it make sense to her. But I was able to do all of that because of how fire this system is, where everything is tied together and its functionality is so smooth. I've had other systems where, like, we had we had Mojo and we had call tools and we had it tied to our CRM. Trying to do the follow-up with things was so, sometimes it can be so difficult because you had so much in there, it would get lost in the sauce. And in this, man, I could put the address in the search bar, pops right up. I could put the name in, pops right up. If all I got is the phone number, it pops right up. And then I can get all the information on everything. That was huge for me because sometimes I need to refresh myself on the lead itself. I need to know, okay, what was it we were talking about? Because I'm taking so many calls, I'm replying to so many messages per day.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track of it. I mean, our once offer folder is, huge. We've probably got, I don't know, 50 pages of people that want offer that we're working our way through and replying back to them on a regular basis. And it's always added to each and every day. So the functionality of everything and how smooth it all worked together, that was huge for me. That was big. That was a big yes. And then being able to do so much on here, it was uncomparable. There's nothing I've used to date, and you guys ain't paying me to say this. There's nothing I've used to date that runs as smooth as this. And so it's like I'm pretty well known in the REI community, and it's like, man, I got to put people on because everybody's already asking me about, hey, what are you using? What are you doing? What's working for you? Well, here it is, everybody. Spectate marketing is what's working for me.
Oh, give me some fire. Pablo's laying some knowledge. All right, man. We like I said, we appreciate it, man. We want to make sure that we are the heir to people's businesses, man. It's vital to our growth and to investors' growth to make sure that our system works. So that's why we do testimonials, because social testimonials are the best, man. We appreciate the time you're giving us, and we do want to offer some value to those that are on. So stay tuned. Dejan's going to go over the whole platform or the benefits of the platform, and then we have some things that we wanted to be able to hand to you guys. And then the last question, because I know we're rambling, is on Spectate, right? Someone someone in the industry that like, what would you say to them to get them to be a part of our family?
I would say this, man. Seeing is believing. That's what it was for me, right? Check it out. Try it for yourself. Everything, this is, again, the one program that I see that I've used in my almost 3 years in the business that runs smooth and works. I haven't had any bugging issues with you guys where, 4 times a day you guys are having to debug things, so it's shut down and basically my business is shut down, or I'm having to go back to the Stone Age and smile and dial looking at a spreadsheet. I haven't had that happen. When, one thing that you guys do is you guys give me a notification whenever there's an error, and y'all are already correcting it by the time I get the error, and it doesn't stop my system from running. When my numbers are starting to come up as spam, because we do a lot of calling, we do a lot of blasts, you know what I mean? The ability to change that is so smooth. I'm not on hold for a half an hour. It's just click, click, boom, it's done. You know what I mean? That's another thing that I really love, man. You guys really go above and beyond, and I truly appreciate y'all, man. It's a lot of companies out here. They start out like that. Here we are 3 months later. I know I have probably spoken. If I haven't spoken to you guys, IJ has spoken to you guys almost every day because we're flying. You know what I mean? And mainly it's IJ that really deals with you guys, because she's the one that put me on. She's the one that said, "Hey, check this out," and then I just had to put the stamp on it. Once we looked at what the overall gain was going to be, was it going to be worth it or was it not going to be worth it? And it just made sense. So the call, for everybody who's looking at this, man, and you guys want to know, well, is this another one of those things just to get me to buy it or whatever? Man, listen, try it out for yourself. Go on the site, check it out. Look at what all they bring to the table, what they offer, what you can do versus what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing I looked at. I looked at what I was doing and how I was doing it and what it was costing me. And then I looked at what Spectate offered, what Spectate could do, and then what it was going to cost me at the end of the day. Where was it going to be worth it? Like the SMS, the IVR, the RVM, it's all cheaper here than anywhere else.
Yes, it is. Man,
I don't have to worry about cleaning my list out and do I have landlines or do I have mobile numbers? I just upload the whole thing and we run it. And guess what? I'm not getting extra charges. I was paying almost $75 a day with another system, Smarter Contact, for my text messaging, right? And got all the love in the world for Adam. Great guy. But I was spending a lot of money that I didn't want to spend over a small thing of having to separate my landlines from my mobile. And guess what? I didn't have to do that with you guys. My average cost is maybe $20 a day. And again, I'm blasting out 2,000 to 5,000 calls or voicemails or messages or voice recordings per day. And I might be spending $20. That's if I hit the 5,000. Typically, it's $10 a day.
Wait.
look, I can show. I can look. I can
Fresh,
show
man.
my account. I get
No,
the bill. I recharge that account every day, once a day. Basically once a day, maybe twice a day, it gets recharged, right? And it doesn't cost me no more than, like, the most I've ever had to spend was $20 a day.
So again, guys, look, like you said, you're here to give us just your testimonial, and we are here to promote Spectate because we know how powerful a tool it is right now, man. And like you said, depending on how much value you're doing, the system's going to pay for itself. Like what you just said is valuable. Like, depending if you're taking it serious, if you treat your business like a business, it'll pay you like a business. If you treat this like a hobby, to pay you like a hobby. If you treat it like a business and you're doing what you need to do to get leads, generating leads in, the system will pay for itself in savings. So that is
I mean, I
appreciate it. I pretty much can talk forever. Go ahead.
Our first month of using you guys, within the first 2 weeks, we closed the deal off of SMS. It was a $10,000 spread. Then we closed another one. That was 18 grand. Then we had another one where basically we caught another 2 deals, but the title couldn't get clear on those because they had insane liens. And actually, it was 3 deals. Because, 2 of those were single family. One of them was a commercial property that was also multifamily, right? And the only reason why those deals didn't come to fruition was because the title issues were just like, they had insane liens on them. Yeah. So to date, right? If I look at the last 90 days, in the last 90 days, I've had 8 deals come across, right? And I'm at a 50-50 ratio because 4 of them were unclosable because of the liens, and then the other 4, 3 cashed out, and another one's getting ready to cash out. The one that I just got on Monday. So to me, we're doing way better, and I've scaled down from what I was doing last year. So for the guys and the girls out there that are just getting started, and they have, maybe they're working with 5,000 leads, maybe they're working with 1,000 leads, and they're just getting going. Well, look, you want a system that's going to give you the most bang for your buck. Here it is. My first 30 days because I started Akatsuki Investments last year, but we really launched in January of this year. And when we launched, we got going primarily with Spectate. So in our first 30 days, we cleared $30,000.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing.
That's crazy.
and mind you, the amount of work that I was putting in before, using very similar systems, but again, similar systems that were all broken up between different platforms, right? I went from doing this all day, every day, where, if I'm honest with you guys, I probably spent about 2 to 4 hours a day actually in front of my computer. And that's because, thanks to Spectate, I get notifications on my phone whenever a text message comes in. So I don't have to sit there and look at the screen like this and contemplate, putting something in my eyes to stay awake, right? Yeah. I get a notification on my phone, boom, I can log in through my phone, answer the text message, or I can bust open my laptop and get to it. It saves me time. It frees me up. And what do we all do this for, right? Yep. To get my time back, right?
Exactly.
So everybody who knows me knows I spend a lot of time with my kids. Either I'm playing video games with them, I'm doing Legos with them, I'm swimming in the pool with them, or we're out, I'm helping my son ride his bike. I spend a lot of time with my kids. My wife kind of looks at me kind of crazy sometimes because she's like, wow, are you working? Yeah, I'm working. My phone ain't going off yet. Don't trip. So someone who's not as scaled out as I am, and even for those who are more scaled out than myself, because I have friends who have, tons of VAs working for them, have over 5 VAs, 5 agents in the office, and everything's, scrambled eggs. It's all blended together. This cleared up everything and gave, we are able to track everything a lot better. And when you're able to track it better and you see your results better, your KPIs, you're able to know how you need to attack more. Right before the coronavirus really hit, SMS was really popping, right? Yeah. Well, now for me, IVRs was popping because so many people are home. They're answering their phones. Yeah, they'll answer a text message, but they'll also answer that IVR real quick. So we focus now with everything that's transpiring. We have SMS and IVR. We're running it every day.
Yeah.
We throw in the ringless voicemail, and then after everybody's been hit, because I kind of do like Max Maxwell said, I do the SMS, then I do the RVM, then I do the IVR, and then we cold call them. So whoever hasn't been touched in one of those, right, gets added to the next day's campaign. And so what we're doing is we're running 2 campaigns on the same day, just because we can. Because it's like I'm sitting around, I'm like, wow, man, I got so much time in the day. Well, let's double down.
I think that it's like that is kind of key to what you said. Here's some things that you talked about, man. Like some people don't know what IVRs are. Some people don't know what ringless voicemails are. Some people don't know the benefit of multi-touch campaigns or auto responders. People just don't know. And getting into this, you may think that this is really hard. You may think like this is like setting up another Podio account, right? But it's not. We as a business, as you've experienced, like we do training every Thursday. We do live Zoom trainings on Thursdays, and we've also embedded a ton of training material. Dejan, who is like the guru on the system, does live trainings, like I said, once a week. And then we have small videos, bite-sized videos that walk you through every step of the program to help you get set up.
Yeah.
Look, guys, if you're looking for an all-in-one system, this really is it. I'm going to pass the mic on. I know Dejan's looking at me. I know I've been way over my time, but man,
oh no, you're good. You're good.
Hey, those
content, man. Like
those weekly deals y'all do, man, have helped me out a lot. Because I'm not the smartest guy in the world, man. All I got is a GED from Rikers. That's it. So you guys' training is phenomenal, man. Can't beat it.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Yes.
And I don't know if y'all are picking up on this, but I mean, this man just got on here and pretty much dropped a whole set of strategy for y'all. So like, if y'all are not sure which way I should go, how should I go about attacking my list? Like he gave, I think, a fantastic layout in terms of strategy. So that way, like he said, no one is slipping through the cracks at all. And I think one thing that's probably been glossed over so far up to this point is when we're talking about lists, we're not talking about like 20 or 30 people. We're talking hundreds of people at a time, right? Yep. So you're texting hundreds of people. You're sending out audio recordings to hundreds of people. You're sending out your IVR recording to hundreds of people at a time. And those people are able to instantly qualify or disqualify themselves. And like Pablo said, you get your time back. Now you're out playing with your children. You're out getting groceries. You're in the gym working out. Now all of a sudden, your phone, you get a notification. Even though you haven't been sitting at your computer at all that entire time, now you know, okay, this is a good lead. This is a hot lead. This is someone that I should be spending my time on. So I've seen a few questions here come up in the comment section. And so I definitely want to get everyone answered there. And for sure, Perfect. We are definitely working smarter and not harder this way. So with this, someone asked, what is IVR? That is interactive voice response. And so we've thrown that acronym out a few times just within this live setting. So with IVR, what you're able to do is send out an audio recording. So that way you have an entire list. Let's say you have a list of 200 people and you want them all to hear this one recording, and then they can press 1 if they want to, work with you, if they want to connect with someone right now, they can press 2 if they, never want to hear from you again. So you're not bothering with anyone that hears that recording and presses 2. You're only going to get those people that are pressing 1. And with everything set up correctly, then everyone that presses 2, they're getting moved to a do not call list or a wrong number list, depending on however you have it set up here within the platform. But this is all simple, and it's really a matter of however it is that you would like to run your business. And so you see here that we have lists. So you do see here, this is us running Spectate as a business, right? So certainly we want to know when people call in and they indicate access to whatever type of account it is that they want. We can see that without me having to check the call log and listen for a recording and moving people to a list on my own. This is all automated. So if you hear our IVR and you're selecting the option to purchase an account, you're being moved to a list automatically without us lifting a finger on our end. And then we can just check the list at the end of business and see, okay, maybe this person was added to the list. That means they didn't actually go through and purchase. So why are they still on this list? So now we don't have to worry about anyone falling through the cracks that way. And then Pablo mentioned being able to get multiple phone numbers very easily, which, as you can see here, it's just a click of a button. If you want to buy a number, you just do it there. Put in your area code that you want your phone number to have, and then it's just a few clicks of a button. You're all good to go with whatever number you like. And then again, you can set up your phone number however you want. So you see one we have here for IVR, one we have here for call forwarding. So like Pablo says, if his phone is ringing, then that indicates, that's a clear-cut indicator that this is someone that is a hot lead. They are trying to work with you, and they are trying to move forward. And then, as you can see here, this is also a dialer. So when we say this thing is everything all in one, like we're not kidding. You can send out a bunch of texts. You can send out a bunch of call recordings. I haven't even shown emails. You can send emails to list people. You have your dialer system here. The question comes up a lot. Hey, can multiple people log in and all be on the dialer, right? And so as long as you have everyone assigned a different phone number, then absolutely. The only limitation to however many people there are just depends on whatever plan you purchase. But multiple people can be logged in and making calls for you. We touched on IVR. We also have autoresponders. So this is really cool because if you go to autoresponder, let me go to this test one here. As you can see here, we have keywords in place. So this is just kind of like a small demo one for real estate. Now, bear in mind, our background is in real estate investing. So we tend to speak a lot to the trials and tribulations of a real estate investor and someone that's new in the game, or maybe even experienced. Maybe they have some years, but they've started having a hard time as far as actually struggling to get leads and get good deals and actually close on those deals. So I do speak a lot to real estate investing, but this does apply to any industry. So if anyone sends a text to you and it includes whatever keywords you insert here to your key list, and you can make your key list as long as you want to. So pretty much you see here, there's someone that's saying, please help, or stop foreclosure, or more info, or more information, right? You can put as many keywords as you want there. If anyone sends a text that has this keyword included and you have your autoresponder attached to that phone number, then instantly now they're being added to a campaign. Now they're being sent an email just because that's how you have it set up here. Likewise, if someone's like, hey, stop calling or stop texting, now you already have an autoresponder in place where you don't have to worry about taking time out of your day to apologize to a whole slew of people that have said stop calling or stop texting in the way of a text message. And then again, you see here, then you can instantly unsubscribe them. And this is really just like a tip of the iceberg demonstration, because you can tie all of these automatic actions in however you really want. And my favorite feature here, campaigns. So really quick to build, really easy to build. And so a lot of people might be thinking, oh, what's a campaign? What is a campaign? So when we're referring to campaigns here, we're saying you have a set of text messages or call recordings or emails that for this particular list of people that you want those messages to go out in a certain order. So step by step, step by step. So you can have a text go out on day 1, and then maybe you want an email to go out on day 2. And then if they don't respond to that email, now you want a call to go out on day 3. You can put each of those things in order. And then once you've added someone to your campaign, the system will follow out that series of steps that you've put in place. And again, it's set it and forget it. So once they've been added and once the campaign is running, then you're all good to go.
What
did
is
I miss
time
on anything? I know there's a lot to cover. Did I miss anything here?
Hold on, so one of the features that I really like, right?
There was a question. So can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah,
maybe a little bit, Paquito. All right, so I think one of them were like, so once you set your campaign up, how long does it take to create your campaign, to get it out to the public, to get it out to those actual leads? What is that time frame? Like, I think that's important to know. Once your campaign is set up already, how long does it take to upload a list and to market to them?
So once you've gotten your
a couple of minutes,
it's like
you select and hit and select whichever campaign that you're trying to add them to, and that's that.
That I obviously we know the answer, but it is important. Like, guys, look, you create a list, you press what you upload a list, and it's gonna ask you if you want to add them to a campaign. You say yes, and you hit start, and it starts to market. Like,
you literally start once you load that campaign and you set the time, that bad boy kicks off like this.
Yeah,
it's like, you better remember you said you was gonna start that campaign at 11:30 because it's gonna kick off.
Yo, we have me and Dejan and Ryan and the whole team, right? Jason and Hugo, we all sometimes we set campaigns up to start during our meetings, and we're like, oh man, it is no use of having a meeting. Like, if you set such a campaign, man, just don't schedule nothing that day. Just be available. Like, literally be available. Be available.
Because the phone gonna blow up. The hotline gonna bling.
So
the other thing is with the campaigns, the touch points, right? Because I was looking at the screen and reminded me, man, like, it's so many times, like, I'll look at the different leads that we have in each campaign, and when I'm looking at that actual lead and I scroll over, it shows me every touch point. Like, it shows me, okay, there was four touches on the text messages. There was 2 touches on the calls. When I see the 2 touches on the calls, let me go back and listen to these phone calls and see what was said. And even if it's done on separate days or on another day, right? Because, like, maybe on an SMS today had 4 touch points, and then somehow they ended up getting into calls, so we got touch points there. Then on the RVM, like, it shows every time that lead is touched, and you can click right on it and see what transpired because it's all recorded. The phone calls are recorded, the SMSs are recorded. Everything is recorded in there for you to be able to go back in there and review it so easily and so fast. Right before you call them back and be like, hey, yeah, we talked about, you know how we talked the day before yesterday, and we were texting back and forth on the other day, or you were texting one of my business partners, because we put a lot of names in our stuff. You know what I mean? Right. One day they get a text message from Brittany, the next day they get a text message from Ann. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you spoke to Ann on Monday, and I think you got a text message from Brittany because she followed up on Ann's reply. The whole, and it's so easy, man. I mean, I love it. It's fire.
So let me point something else out there, because you mentioned RVM. So I said, acronyms. We're going to make sure we get that all cleared. So RVM, he's referring to a ringless voicemail, for anyone that's curious about that. So that is exactly what it sounds like. It is a voicemail message that it's going to go to that person's phone without even making it ring. So then they look at their phone and they're like, oh my goodness, I have a missed call, or I have a missed message. Like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, curiosity at an all-time high, they're going to check that message. And as long as what you're saying is, good for them, you're going to get a call back that way as well. So curiosity always ends up driving a bunch of people to actually reach back out to you, and then it's on and popping from there.
Yeah, I mean, between that, the functionality of the system, man, all the things that it offers, for me, it's been the best thing, hands down. So you guys that are watching, I see a lot of people asking about a trial period, fellas.
So here's what we have, guys. Look, join us, sign up, see how this is. We have a 30-day money back guarantee. We want to make sure that we back our product. We have a lot of investors. We have a lot of different people in different industries using our platform now and are having results. There is no better time than now to push this industry. So I heard a comment at Maria we attended, and that's a real estate investment group meeting, right? And the saying was this. I say this so often. Dejan probably already is going to repeat it. But when fishermen can't fish, they mend their nets, right? When you can't go door knocking on doors, when you can't get in front of your homeowner right then and there, you need to mend your nets. You need to grow in other areas. Mending your nets is a terminology for, like, there's always something to do in your business. Here's a way right now where you can build your campaign, since you have the time, get them running, and practice social distancing and real estate investing at the same time. Man, look, come see us, be a part of what we're doing, man. I really appreciate your time, Pablo, bro, and getting to know you. If you guys want any more information, put some comments below. And I did say that I was going to give you guys something for a stick. All right, it doesn't really matter. For those that are still on, look, we've been working on a cold call script, right? So it's something that we kind of haven't. If you guys can just put your emails in, like our page, and put your email down below, and give us some fire and some likes, we will send you guys that skit that we currently have. It's a proven way just to create dialogue with homeowners, man. It's to me, it's a winner. All right. We want to make sure that we, like I said, help you guys build your business. Thanks again. Dejan, the boss. What's going on? You want to take us out, man?
Yeah, man. So I just want to close things out by saying, first and foremost, go check us out on YouTube. So if anybody is still like curious about any of the features, you can actually check us out on YouTube. Make sure to like whatever and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's Spectate Marketing. And if you just like to speak with somebody actually voice to voice, you can give us a call at any time. The number's there on the screen. Even if you're just ready to purchase, you can call that number. We'll be able to get you going from there. Like Josh said, we do have, or Josh and Pablo actually said, we do have weekly trainings. So it's never a time where anyone is signed up and then they're just thrown out into the deep end, So if you're not training with us live, then you'd be able to access the training videos on the platform itself. If you're here because of Pablo, make sure you contact Pablo. Pablo. If you are here because of Pablo, I can't emphasize this enough. Make sure you contact Pablo and help him out, because hopefully he's blessed your business. So go ahead and contact him so you can to him. Anyone else had anything else to say?
I think we covered all bases, man.
All right.
Thank you guys, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for putting out this fire software. So
for sure,
people like us, business, and take it to another level. If you want to take it to another level, and you've ever dealt with me, well, I just put it on the table. I just gave it to you, man. I showed you what I'm doing. I introduced you guys to these fine gentlemen and their software. If you don't win after this, I ain't got nothing for you.
That's bad. All right. Y'all take care.
Thanks again. All right.